Let's think good thoughts for him. Let's give Header a shout out. You know, he streams on Twitch as well, and Baby Cakes is here too. Baby Cakes knows how to do the shout out. She probably could do the /so and shout herself out. We're getting ready to get started here, but we're going to do a little rundown on the points first. Welcome to Amateur Racing Community. We're going to go over the standings. Really welcome to have you and thankful to have you viewing today or actually participating in today's race. ARC Sunday 4 Split Championship, second race. Here's the overall standings. First, let's go over the schedule. If you're interested in racing with ARC, you could go to Sim Racing GP and then find ARC in the championship series. Just join up, speak to an admin, and find out where you might qualify to be in this series. The starting times are UK 7 p.m. practice, 60 minutes with a briefing, or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Qualifying, and that's for every week, qualifying 8 p.m. UK time. That would be 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So 2 o'clock would be the practice Eastern Standard Time if you were in the East Coast, US, or in Brazil. 8:20 race time. That'd be 3:20 Eastern Standard Time. We've already raced Watkins Glen. Today is Kalami. Today's event will be, again, 60-minute race. It's all right there on the board, on your screen in front of you. Kalami will be a 60-minute race. Next week at Laguna Seca will be only a 45-minute race. Here are your standings. Ryan Harper leads overall. Matthew Gamble second. Mike Foster third. Chris Tedder with 31 points after one race. The winner last week was Ryan Harper. Nicholas DeSantis looking for redemption today as he started on the front row last week, but made a mistake on the start and ended up in the pits for a lap run. And I think he finished like 12th, something like that. Matthew Newton, 5th. Mark Jones, 6th. Flip Van Zyl, 7th with 17 points. Jack Holden and Tim Smee, so far, no points. Again, this series is broken into 4 categories. Well, actually 5 categories overall. Platinum, gold, and silver. In gold, you have leading the group is Juan Standard with 39 points. Alihan Ozcan in second with 35 points. Adam Locke in third with 31 points. Scott Fitzpatrick with 27 points in fourth. Wesley Irvin in fifth with 23 points. Carlos Dragolis in sixth with 21 points. Smith in seventh with 19 points. And Tyler with 0 points. I'm sorry, Tyler. Keon Iser Glen, I cannot say your name. Very difficult. Words are hard. Silver Series. Dylan Hall leads the Silver Series with 39 points. Harley Williams with 35. Christian Wells, 31. Stefan Buckley, 27. Aldo Rossi, 23. Jameson Cusworth, 21. And then the rest with no points. In the Bro Series, I know it's bronze. I'm just calling it the Bro Series anyway. Scott Brewer leads overall with 39 points. Samuel Jardine with 35. Richard Oakes, 31. Rich Green, 27. Glenn Smith, 23. David Richards, newcomer David Richards with 21 points. Seek Swak, 19 points. Barry Evans, 17 points. Lewis Knight, 15 points. Len Neary, 14 points. Matthew East, 8 points. James Parks follows in Dawson all with 0 points. Here's your scoring for this series. I'm your spectator and broadcaster, Willie Owens. Here's your event information for this race. Event configuration. Total duration, 2 hours and 49 minutes. Practice was 1 hour. Qualification, 30 minutes. Race, 1 hour. All this information is found on Sim Racing GP. Just remember today, guys, do the best you can do. Stuff happens during the race. You need to take a deep breath, stay calm. If you drive off the track, do not come bounding on the track. If you spin out and you're in an awkward angle facing the track, don't drive straight back in the track. Back your car up so your car is pointing in the right direction before you re-enter the track. When you re-enter the track, stay to the side of the track that you re-enter on. Do not proceed into the middle of the track. Stay to the side of the track that you re-enter until you're back up to speed again. That is a safe way to get back on the track. Also, observe etiquette coming out of the pits. Coming out of the pits, you want to watch your time and drivers coming up on you. Your relative, you have relatives you could use as a tool. Also, you have your track map. Be aware of coming out of the pits into traffic. You come back onto the pits, stay to the side of the road that you exited the pit road on, giving the other oncoming drivers plenty of room to get by you. That's today's points wrap up. If you're looking to join this league, easy to find them on Sim Racing GP. They have other events as well, including Assetto Corsa races, and they're also looking for broadcasters for their other races. I guess they have a Thursday ACC race, and they also have a bunch of Assetto Corsa races as well. So if you're interested in that, you're in the league already, and you're interested in helping out the league, just putting the word out there for them. Wasn't asked to do that, but hey, why not? I knew. So just thank you so much for viewing. Thanks you for viewing, and now let's get on with the race. All right, that was pre-recorded earlier today, and we're going to actually go over the driver's briefing, which I saw earlier was posted. I think that might be a good thing for newer drivers or drivers that are interested in joining this race. It'll give you an idea what kind of rules you have to know to belong to this league. And we're just going to go over that briefly, and then we're going to get to last week's highlights of the last race. Let's see. Let me find the correct channel. Briefing chat. Here we go. Just dragging the old Discord over to the center screen. Here's your well put together driver's briefing by Liam Doc Smith. Says you're all well behaved last week. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Plenty more of that, please. Pit entry and exit. Please do not cross the solid white line on pit exit. This is a long exit, but please keep to the left of it. Also, you have enough time to take note of cars approaching. Please take care. Something I just explained a minute ago when I was going over the point standings. A very short entry, not much to stay apart from watching your speed. T2, fast straight into a slow hairpin. Is a breeding ground for trouble. Take care when attacking here. If someone has an early braking point that you hit them, it's likely on you. T10, a blind heavy braking slow section that is a big corner for lap time. If you're falling too close, be prepared for unusual braking points. T15, the cheetah. This corner sucks. If someone gets it wrong and they're in front of you, there's a high probability that they will become an obstacle very quickly. Other notes, remember, this is an hour-long race. You won't win it in T1 or lap 1. Equally, if you take aggressive overtaking opportunity, there's a chance you will ruin your own race and others. Consistency and keeping out of trouble is the key to performing well in races. You may be in the right in what you are doing, but if you take damage because of it and lose spots, it's a penalty to the other driver. Is it really worth it? If you have any questions, Liam Smith, Doc Smith, is available in Discord during non-race times. I would say that's a very good driver briefing. Well done. All right. So that's enough of Discord. We'll just be with a minute, and we're going to look to see what's going. I'm going to join the server. We'll be right back.
Green light, give it all you can.
We're back, and in case you missed it, we're going to stream some of last week's highlights so you get a chance to see the different drivers, get a chance to remember their names, maybe who you want to root for during the race, that kind of thing. Let's go to that right now. This is the highlights from Watkins Glen, which was last week. And while I'm doing the highlights, you will also be able to see, scrolling at the top, the standings for practice in today's race. So we'll be able to both at once. Just give me a second here. Multitasking. All right, now keep in mind, while you're watching this, we're doing the highlights, but at the very top is so you can be updated on the current practice of today's race. All right, here we go. This is highlights from last week. See, so there was some early trouble. For Smith. We're going to go ahead and close that top standings, but you'll still in the upper left-hand corner see your updated scores for the practice session that's going on right now. Something a little bit different this week. We haven't done this before during practice, going over last week's highlights, but I think it would be good for the viewer to get a little bit of brief history on what happened the week before. We're going over the highlights from last week as we have a whole hour before the qualifying starts. So we just wanted to take a minute or two to go over some of the highlights of last week's race at Watkins Glen. It's a beautiful new track. It's a part of the DLC. The newest DLC for Assetto Corsa Competizione. This is footage from last week's race, not live. Those of you just joining the broadcast, thank you so much. Appreciate having you here. You're currently watching last week's highlights. In the upper right-hand corner is the live times for the race, that's the practice session that's going on right now. But we're just taking a quick look at last week's great passes that went on in this race. See right there, three drivers almost street wide there, Locke, DeSantis, and Evans. Some of these kind of passes you miss during the live broadcast, but the game captures them in a highlight reel, makes it really nice and convenient. So you could see there is not just all accidents, there is some great passing and passing skill that goes on in this league. You know, when the broadcast is going on, usually there's just, you know, we catch the accidents, we focus on troubles and things like that, different errors people might have. But what you miss is, a lot of times, is I cannot capture all the great racing that might be going on. And there's a lot of great racing, overtaking that goes on during a race that cannot be seen or caught entirely by the broadcast. Battle between the 7 and the 24, which the 24 wins. That was a battle for 11th place right there. There's the car of Tedder, who was just here in chat a minute ago. He spun out and almost hit the wall. He was able to keep it off the wall, which was pretty good. I mean, he was running in first place at the time. What a shame. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back. This is Knight passing Neary. Neary's car looks pretty banged up there. So Knight putting a nice pass. Going through the chicane. Well done. This kid running these highlights gives a good opportunity to showcase driver skills. Here's the nice crowd of cars. We have Foster, Tedder, and Ozcan. Tedder putting the pass on Foster. And reclaiming third place there. We're going to skip up a little bit. That's Scott Brewer overtaking Chris Tedder, I believe. Or is it reverse? I'm not sure. We're going to skip up a little bit. Chris Tedder working his way back up to 5th place here. Gets passed by, looks like getting passed by Foster. Or is who's going to win this battle? Looks like Tedder did. We're getting to the end of this video, and we're going to be going right to the live practice session just in a few minutes. This is the highlights from last week's race at Watkins Glen. You see there Buckley putting a pass on Wells. And this gives an opportunity for drivers to see how other drivers that they might not race with in this race, how they pass other drivers. Sometimes you see comments like, oh, this guy, blah, 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 or this guy, that, because they don't really, maybe something happened between them, but they don't see the whole race where maybe somebody did something really good during a race. Getting to the end of this video now. It's a battle between Rossi and Smith. Rossi going for the pass on Smith. Smith's car. Smith closed the door back. Oh, and Smith is going back, and there's contact between Smith and Rossi, and Green right behind them. Some interesting footage that was not caught during the race last week. Some very good pack racing there was right there between these cars. That position between the three cars that was all for position, I believe, as well. There's your winner. That was your winner, Harper. We're going to switch off now to live racing. This is live now, folks. that was. Hope you enjoyed the highlights from last week's race. Now we're going to practice of this race at Kailami. Bring the overlay up. There's your ticker with everyone's fastest time so far in practice. Fastest lap, FL, underneath the ticker on the top. See Ozkin with a 142.307. This doing all this extra stuff so it makes it easier for the viewer to be able to have more information at their fingertips about what's going on with their favorite racer, as well as the viewer can help me out a little bit as well by keeping an eye on things and let me know what's going on in the race just by keeping track of their favorite driver, and let me know in chat, hey, my driver's doing XYZ. Can you take a look at him? Currently riding with Smith. He's the one that gave the driver's briefing earlier that I read off. I'm going to give the sports bot a timeout as well. $10-minute timeout. I'd like to make it longer than that. We'll keep an eye on that because I want to. I don't want to ban sports mod, but it's taking over chat here, and I don't want that. All right, thank you for the follow there, Cat Pudding Maker. That is a funny name. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Screwing up my overlay right now. Oh my goodness. There we go. Sometimes this overlay is very temperamental. Need to make this just a tad bigger. I had this set up before and now I'm having to change it. There we go. I don't want this to take up too much of the screen. If anyone has a favorite driver they would like to take a look at, please let me know. We're going to start from the back with the driver. Somebody's on the track now. Let's look at Holden, who hasn't gotten his lap in yet. There's the number 17 of Holden. This is the practice part of the race. The race will begin at the top of this hour. a little bit about this track, which I like to do every race. Educate the viewer a little bit on the track as well as myself. Sometimes I learn interesting things by reading up on these tracks. But Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit is a 4.5 kilometer, 2.8 mile motor racing circuit located in Midrand, Gauteng, South Africa, just north of Johannesburg. The circuit has been used for Grand Prix and Formula One races. It's hosted the South American Grand Prix many times. Among the Formula One races held at the track, the 1977 South African Grand Prix stands out, as it principally remembered for the fatal accident that claimed the lives of race marshal Frederick Jansen van Vuren and driver Tom Price. In recent years, the area surrounding the circuit has developed into a residential and commercial suburb of Johannesburg. More recently, Kyalami has played host to 5 rounds of Superbike World Championship from 1998 to 2002 and later 2009 to 2010. Has also hosted Sidecar World Championship, World SKB, South African Motorcycle Grand Championships, World Sports Car Championship in 74, 83 to 84, Grand Prix Masters in 2005, A1 Grand Prix 2009. Fantastic track, really. I personally enjoy this track very much. How's everyone doing today? Are you having a good day? I'd like to hear a little bit from the chatters today. Chat's kind of quiet. Do have 9 viewers. Appreciate every single one of you. And we'd like to hear your comments. How you doing today? So Holden currently is placing it in 9th in that number 17. Just ahead of him in the standings is Locke, who is currently in the pits. M. Newton, 7th. In practice, Brewers 6th, Buckley 5th, Oscan 4th, DeSantis 3rd, and the fastest lap of the race so far is K. Dragulis with a 141.965. He's looking pretty fast in that road 24. There's the Helicam view. Let's drive with M. Foster. We're gonna try and catch on with the number 2 car. We're gonna go interior view with him. let's see if we can follow him for an entire lap. He's going to drive us around the track. Hopefully he doesn't just leave the track after he finishes his lap and does another lap, because we're going to try and do a actual run through of the entire track. And he's just ahead of him. This might be his out lap, I think. His fastest lap was good for third with a 142.350. You see East got off the track for him. This is a really, really difficult part of the track right here. That's what they call the crocodiles. So now he's coming across the start-finish line. He goes into T1. Actually, that's T2. It's called the Crowthorn. Now he's going to go into 3, called the Sweep, 3 and 4. Followed by the Barbecue, where he's negotiated very well. Short straight, and then he's going to go into a track corner called Sunset. Fast sweeper into Clubhouse, which is turn number 7. Followed by a short. Oh, that was Sunset. This is Clubhouse coming up, I believe. I'm getting all turned around here. And now the short straight down into what's called the S's. I think I got ahead of myself there. It's a lot more difficult when you're explaining someone else driving. It's got a nice lap going on. That's the crocodiles he just went through, and now he's going into Ingui turn. That brings you back on the front stretch. So that's a nice lap by DeSantis. Thank you very much for that lap, DeSantis. DeSantis and Richards have a very similar style paint job on their cars. Is Richards with us today? Yeah, let's take a look. Richards is in the pits at the moment. We're going to ride with Neary. There is currently 23rd of 24 drivers. Still early yet. We have 18 minutes. I'm sure some drivers will still be showing up for the main. And also, I noticed some new viewers tuning in. Welcome. Appreciate having you here to this afternoon. You'd be doing a million things on your Sunday, but you'll like to hang out a little bit watching ARC Amateur Championship Series. Really appreciate it. You viewing here on Sword and Keyboard on Twitch TV. Tomorrow, the full race in its entirety will be transferred over to YouTube, where it will be on the WOESYT channel. If you haven't followed there, I appreciate if you can follow. I'll put the link in. I'll put the link in the main chat here any second. Hello, Shingley. How are you today? How's your day going? that YouTube channel, please subscribe there. Tomorrow, this entire full race will be moved over to your broadcasting pleasure. You can watch it, rewind it, whatever you want to do, and it'll be there forever. L Knight, okay. Oh, you're here again to support S. Jardine and L Knight. Oh, we saw L Knight make a nice pass earlier. We showed the highlights earlier of last week's race, and we had a nice highlight of L Knight putting a pass on someone. Thank you so much for coming to hang out and supporting your friends. It also helps me too, so I appreciate that. I don't expect last week to be as good as this week, but you never know. Last week we were pushing 40 viewers watching this race. Appreciate every single one of you. And then when I transferred the race to YouTube and advertised it a bunch of places, that video reached almost 150 views, so that was great. Apparently people are enjoying your races. Let's also take the time to thank the administrators for this series, which are Barry Evans, Liam Smith, and help me Jesus, the other guy who I know his name. Sometimes I just need help. There's just too many names. Super good guy. Don't see his name right now in Discord. Talked to him many times. I'm having a senior moment here. I'm sorry, guys. But he's a key part of the team, and please forgive me for not being able to think of your name right now. Have those moments now and then. Neri's got a nice little bit of airtime. Let's go ahead and change to Knight. Is Knight? Let's see. Let's find Knight. Knight's currently in the pits, but S. Jardine is on the track. Here he is right here. Woo, we just did a power slide right into the wall. That is what you call the commentator's curse. And his car's pretty much wrecked right now, so. Jardine is currently running 17th overall with a time of 144.715. In fact, he has been, actually he just overtook, it hasn't updated yet, he just overtook his buddy Knight. We're currently still here in practice. We have 15 minutes left to go in practice. I'm going to take the time to say thank you to those people that have been supporting this channel in the various leagues that I broadcast for. Hopefully you don't find this too boring, but I want to take time out to thank people. Wow, some great... There we go. Wow, some great streamer I am. I just realized the video that I just made. So, once again, humbled. Anyway, I just wanted to take time to thank these people who have supported all the things that I do. I really appreciate it. Just wanted to take a moment out on YouTube and Twitch. On Twitch, very thankful of all the great hosters and raids that I've had, from Evil Shadow, Will 67, Frank's World, Lucky Luke 980, White Wasting 14, Tank Girl, Baby Cakes, Old Man Gaming 1977, Bay Guinea Pigs, Das Alberg, Mad Mike Plays. Those are all different hosts and raids that I've gotten over and over from these people. If I'm missing anyone, I am very sorry. But since, like, I guess really started streaming hard since like February of this year, or January, and just wanted to thank those people. And also thank you also for the generous subs and bits from especially Evil Shadow. I don't know how many gifted subs he gave to people. Rick 92647, thank you very much. Dub 180, thanks so much. Just guy Dub is an amazing supporter of everything I do. You know, liking, viewing, making comments, everything. Really appreciate it of him. Johnny on the spot when it comes to viewing, really appreciate it. Also thank you for the elite ESGHQ, some of the crew in there. I Can't Feel a Thing, which is Kim, thank you so much. Again, bits and subs. Got a bunch of bits from Will 67, Water Racing had sub me, Bay Guinea Pigs, DJ Jant 5 came out of nowhere. I never seen him again. He subbed my channel. Never saw him again, and I really appreciate that. Panda Guy, Cass in New York, Gaming Bones BT, Renee Diaz 125, Eng2G TV. Thank you all for bits, subs, so on. And some of these people have, you know, their finances are tight, and they still are able to find, like, even give a few bits or whatever, so that makes me even more thankful that they would do such a thing. Like myself, I kind of have a fixed budget. I try and give bits here and there to people, but I try mostly just to buy support by tweeting people out on Honors Hold or my social media. I try to promote them that way. Just wanted to do a quick video. Thank you for all those support those people have given, and also on YouTube and Twitch. I'd like to thank amateur racing community, and also WORK, W-O-N, East 25th, D. Richards with a 146.90. Some of these drivers, it might be their first week that burner this track. So at the end of their in silver. No, I'm sorry. Buckley is first in silver with a 142. It is Sword Army. Swords ready. GG. Things for the stream. Swack with a 141. To DeSantis. Hear a little rattling in the background. That's my frozen Gatorade. Apologize for that. Just trying to keep hydrated. There's your grid. They're all ready to start. Here we go. They're warming up. Foster and Tedder are about to get us going here. We're just on the warm-up lap. For those that don't understand, they do a warm-up lap. I'll let you know when the race actually starts. The triangle on the red triangle on the mini map on the left-hand side, the red triangle is your race leader. That will stay red throughout the entire race. If a car goes yellow, each one of those gray dots is a car. that means that they went off the track or they got in an accident. So you could be my eyes and ears. Let me know if you see something happen in chat, and I will try and jump to that. I can't watch everything. There's just too many cars. I try to do the best I can that way. Here we go. They're getting ready. These drivers are getting excited. Still got a ways to go. It's a very long track. Just trying to make sure people are paying attention. Here we go. No, sorry, we're not going yet. Here we go. Sorry, we're not going yet. As you see, the line on the track, can't put my cursor there, but there's a line on the top of the track that goes across. That's your start finish line. That's when that red triangle car will get going and the race will start. They're just waiting to get to that start finish line. Right now they're just warming their tires up, trying to kill off any butterflies they might have. They're already bumping each other a little bit. This is going to be a rough starting race. I'm not going to lie, guys. This track is a very tough place. Look, there's already pile up in the back there. I noticed there was cars hitting each other. There's the back of the line you see right there. It's a lot of cars. Here we go. Foster's now coming across the line. There we go. It's starting to rip. Oh, we're not starting. There we go. It's starting lap. That was weird. The green flag dropped after they didn't get the go ahead until after they finished past the start finish line. He's Tedder edging in front of Morgan, but he's got the outside. So it's going to be hard for him to get the position. He goes off track just a little bit, but Tedder's fighting for that lead early. But he doesn't have the good position. There's contact. Tedder gets pushed off, and he might lose another position. Tedder, that's going to cost a position to DeSantis, who takes over second place. Right behind him, you see the 24 BMW. Tedder takes back second place from DeSantis. Now you see the Lexus, the BMW of Jurgelis on the outside of DeSantis. He goes off track a little bit. They're running awfully close together, those two cars. There they are. That's your battle for third place right there. The Royal BMW and the McLaren of DeSantis. Very exciting start. Not seeing a lot of yellows, which is good. That's Gamble. You see in the pit. Oh, there's Gamble right here, fighting with Brewer for what would be fifth place. Back to Foster. Foster has a pretty nice. Oh, a car just spun out. Holden. We have multiples off the track. They're coming back on the track. Oh, they did like a don't come on the track. There you go. Back up. That's the way to do it. Exactly as back up, straighten your car up. The gray car is making a huge mistake there. That gray car did it 100% wrong, and that could have been another accident in the way it making right there. The way the car, the 24, came back on the track, he backed up. He followed my advice that I said in pre-race. He backed up, pointed his car towards the track in the right direction, and came back cleanly on the track. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it, people. Well done. Something's wrong with the number 7 car. Oh, that's Williams. We'll take a look at that incident in a second. Currently, you have Foster, Tedder, DeSantis, And oh, Tedder's off. He's into the wall. Tedder's off. He's lost a bunch of positions, and I'm sure he's got probably car damage as well. This is a big doings here. Tedder's off and now dropped back to ninth, and he's caught between cars. Will he show patience that he needs to show? Now involved in a race with these slower cars and damaged. Heartbreak for Tedder. Will he show the patience he needs to show as he works his way back through the field? So now there's been heartbreak for Tedder. Also, the other car, Jurgelis, has fallen all the way back to 23rd. He was one of those cars who were in the top 4, and now is going to have his work cut out for him. Wow, guys, there's a lot of action going on. We're going to try and take a look to see what happened. Let's look at the replay if we can. Early incidents between the 24. We just got another incident between the Cusworth and the 555 of Locke. Just as we were speaking. And we got another car. It looks like Cusworth is off into the sand. There's stuff going on. Ozcan, it was off. Stuff going on. Cusworth struggling. He gets back on track right in front of. That could have been another disaster. Wow. Again, as instructed before the race, you gotta be very careful when you crash and come back on the track because you could take someone else out. And now Cusworth's off again. He's really struggling. He needs to take a deep breath. Brewer's now off. Wow, there's all kinds of stuff. I can't even keep up with it all. But we still have Foster as the leader. DeSantis second. Gamble third. Jones. And we have a surprise, Buckley. And this is the type of thing you just need to keep it on the track. Buckley, our 73-year-old driver, is currently running in 6th. We're going to run mid-pack here for a little bit with Knight. And I'm just going to take a second to take a breather here. All right, we're back. El Knight just went off the track just a bit. As you see Brewer off the track, there's looked to be some contact going on between. See Brewer. Let's take a look at Brewer. Brewer gets by Knight. It looks like that's Jurgelis in front of Brewer. They were going neck and neck there for a second. Two very fast cars. Let's take a second now and look at the front again. We have Foster, DeSantis, Gamble, Jones, Newton, Buckley, Standard, Rossi. Smeek is, wow, look at Smeek. Smee at the 10th place. Good job by Smee. That's just fantastic. He wasn't sure how he was going to do. He's all the way up to 10th place. And that's all you need to do, folks. Keep it on the track. Let's take a look at some of the incidents. There was an incident between the 11 and the 24. Let's take a look at that. Some brief contact right there. Almost took Jurgelis off the track. Oh, we're back on. And Brewer in trouble again. Just in a short period of time now, Brewer in 2 incidents. Let's take a look. He's trying to make a pass. He doesn't. Well, he almost had position, but really, he could be the judge of that. He's going for the pass. He needs to pass cleanly, and I don't even know what to say there. That goes back to what the admin said in the briefing. You think you're going to make a pass and you can't make it, don't make it. So now we see G. Smith off. He's been really struggling. He's been in quite a few incidents. He was an incident with the 88. Let's take a look. Oh, 88 just pounded it. That's the 88. The customer just pounded right into. Take a look at another look at that. Bam! So then also the 17 and the 10. Yep, you gotta give room, people. You can't do that. Big no-no. That was this 17 of Holden and the 10 of Smith. Then you had the 11 and the 10 also previously in an incident. We saw that before. And the 20, we saw it before the 24 and 11. And we're seeing some repetitive incidents with the same people involved. The 11 and the 24 and the 222 got together. See what happened there. Luckily, nobody went off there. The 10 and the 720. What I see is a lot of dive bombing, and exactly what the admin said before the race. Watch where you're passing, and there's different braking points. You cannot run into another car from behind under any circumstance. That's just not good racing. You have to be careful of other people's braking points. 88 and 222. Let's take a look. The white car is the Cusworth is in the 88 and the 222 is Smith. Okay, so then the 10 of Smith and the 720. Take a look. This is one we saw already. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's, you can't do that. 88 and the 222. Saw that. 88. Wow, 88 got four incidents in a row. Right there. Bam, bam. Wow, that was a huge wreck. And then the 88 and the 64 involved in the same incident. He didn't brake. He rolled up into traffic. Can't do that. 555 of Walk and the 88 88 gets off track and then just continues back on track and then hits another driver. That's 100% reckless driving right there. I'll say it because it was blatant and it's easy to point out. 24 and 11. 24 and 11. Brewer, I think we saw this earlier. Wow, that was a mess right there. And more unneeded incidents right there. Early on, early wrecks was the 222, the 25, and the 1. First lap incident. Well, it looks like they were able to sort it out. That's a logjam of cars right there. '42 and the '72 got together. Not seeing anything. 7 and the 720. The 9 and the 11. I think we're all caught up right now. Let's get back to the race. That was a lot of wrecks. M. Foster, currently still your leader and has built a bit of a lead over DeSantis. Second, let's go with the Helicam. Second is DeSantis. Third, Gamble, looking very solid. Jones also having a great run. Good job by Jones, currently running in 4th. Newton running in 5th. Buckley, as you see, is right behind. Oh, that's Smith, who's a lap down ahead of Buckley. After we clear the pits, we'll look just ahead of. We lagged there for a second, but we're good. Just ahead of Smith is Newton. So Buckley really needs to dispatch. He really needs to dispatch of that lap car. I haven't had a chance to look at chat. Garcia says lots of incidents today. Unfortunately, it seems so. This is a really tough track. Stuff will happen, but some of the incidents really look completely unnecessary. It looks like Smith is actually holding up Buckley. Smith goes off. Oh, wow, Smith. He did a nice job. Smith did a very nice job of recovering there. Finally, let's Buckley go. And Buckley now he's lost a bunch of time on Newton, but he has opportunity now to get in that top 5. Top 6 drivers, none of them, 7 drivers, 8 drivers have not pitted yet. Yes, the voidable incidents that was covered in not only my own official drivers meeting, but the drivers meeting that was put in Discord by Smith. Rossi having a very nice run in 8th place. Smee has moved up to there's a guy. He's just moving along at his own pace. Currently has moved all the way up to 8th overall. He started 21st. And also, Fitzpatrick is up 14 spots. A couple drivers that are just racing at their own pace, taking advantage of other people's mistakes, and good on them. That's the way to do it, I think. That's your second place driver, DeSantis. Nicholas DeSantis running right behind your leader, and actually the last lap DeSantis was faster than your leader, Foster, so he's actually gaining. Third place driver has fallen back some, but still has a pretty good lead over fourth. There's Buckley with Newton just ahead of him. As you see, Newton just a second ahead, and Rossi, if I'm correct, it was either Rossi, no, it was Locke last week, I think, that had the incident with Buckley at the end of the race. And right behind Rossi, you see Smee slowly edging up, but Rossi's on the move here. Rossi has moved up 10 positions. Smee 13 positions, Buckley 6 positions. Jardine has moved up 11 positions. Good on him. And he has standard in his sights as well. Locke running in 13, just ahead of him is Brewer. Brewer has been in quite a few altercations, gotten caught up in things. He's behind G. Smith. G. Smith is a lap down, so it'd be good of him to yield to these other cars. As Locke and Brewer are currently running for position. Brewer makes a clean pass on Smith. Let's see if Locke has the same luck with Smith as Brewer did, but Brewer already has driven about 3 car lengths ahead of Smith. Following right behind is Fitzpatrick. Locke now getting the pass on Smith. Smith not giving any room, though. He's just keeping up on his lap times. He took the position right back from Locke, making it very difficult for Locke to keep up with Brewer. See Brewer somewhat pulling away now. Locke and Brewer were almost even, and now the lap traffic has been definitely been an issue for Locke, and he's lost almost 2.5 seconds on Brewer. Your leader still is Foster, but as you see, DeSantis now has closed the gap. DeSantis has closed the gap on Foster. Will he be able to get by? We're 13 laps into this race. overcast here. I don't think it's going to rain, though. We have Gamble in third. Just... There's Gamble. Behind him, 7 seconds back, is M. Jones, who's having a terrific run, but both Newton and Buckley are catching up. Newton is only 1.5 seconds behind Jones. Both of these guys are making tracks. Buckley seems to be content sitting behind Newton, but this is where your race is right now between the 4th, 5th, and 6th place drivers, and just behind them you see in the picture is Rossi. Here you see Newton. I think Newton's going to start feeling the pressure from Buckley, which is going to be very, very helpful to Jones. Let's run from Buckley's in-car view. They're going in what they call an Ingui turn onto the front stretch. Buckley's all over Newton. Fancy DeSantis. DeSantis is looking pretty good. Let me take another look on that battle as well. It looks like DeSantis fell back just a bit. Buckley's looking pretty racy and wanting to get by Newton, as the last 3 laps Buckley has been faster than Newton on every single race, and he wants to get by, because if he gets by, he get a chance to go for Gamble. Who knows what could happen with the pit. They still have to pit there. Buckley's going for the pass. He's got the under. He's got the under. Let's go to the Helicam view. He did not get the pass, but man, he was close to having the pass that time. But this is slowing both of them up, which is beneficial to both Gamble and I don't know what happened to Rossi. Rossi's falling back. Oh no, Buckley's off! Buckley's off! Buckley has spun out. What a shame. He was having a beautiful run. He's getting back on the track. He's going right into the pitch, which is perfect idea. Perfect place. And I would do the same exact thing. Go right and get your pit done right now. Great idea, because right now we're down to 33 and a half minutes. Great idea. I mean, he could have spun out at the best place, really, right in front of the pits. Smart move, taking your pit right there. Let's go back and take a look at. We're missing 2 drivers. 2 drivers have left. I think we've lost Williams. I'm not sure who the other driver we lost. Smith hanging in there at 25th. Just ahead of him is a battle. Oh, East is off. He's back on. Just ahead of him was a battle between Tedder. There's Tedder. Tedder and Knight, I believe, in the 6th. Garcia says he agrees. He says good decision. Tough weekend. You know, we're into August and a lot of people are shopping for back to school. A lot of last people trying to get their last-ditch summer weekends away and everything else. So we're down to 8 viewers today, which is somewhat disappointing, but at the same time, I really appreciate all of you 8 diehards that are in here watching. Thank you so much. Opposed to last week, where at this time we were pushing 40 viewers. For some reason, this week we just don't have the viewership, but we really appreciate every single person that stopped in and said hello and lurked and everything else in the chatters as well. You see, Gamble got a little loose there. What's going on with DeSantis? DeSantis has dropped to 6 because he pitted, and Gamble is not pitted. So actually, for DeSantis to pit and still come out 6th, he's looking pretty good. He's the first one of that lead group to pit. Buckley has come out of the pits in 16th place. Big winners today. Knight and the number 6. Knight is currently running in 13th place. He hasn't pitted, but he's up 10 positions. Ozcan's already been in the pits, looking to get by. He has the corner. Knight yields. Right behind them is G. Smith. Behind G. Smith is M. East. There's your leaders. Foster, Gamble, Newton 3rd, Smee 4th. Rossi went off. Not sure what happened to Rossi there. He's got car damage. The number 8 of Rossi. Not sure exactly what happened to him. There was contact between the 222 and the 13 of East. Let's take a look. There's East. He was basically nudged out of the way. Went off the track. Can't pass that way. Not a good way to pass. The 7th, who is no longer in the race, or the 17, also had contact. I don't think it's going to show it because they're both no longer in the race. The 73 and the 222 had possible contact. So the 222 is off. There's no contact there. He just went off. He's having a tough time of it today. Now you see Cusworth trying to get by. '72 and the 222. Wow, the 72 and the 222? Let's take a look at that. That's your leader right there. Trying to get by a lap car. I don't see any issue yet. Let's get back to the live race. So Newton now is in first place, has yet to pit. I would think he might want to think about pitting pretty soon if he wants to hold on to his position, because right now Buckley might be, by the time he comes out of the pits, Buckley might be challenging him. G. Smith running in 25th. Cusworth 24th. Richards 23rd. Jurgelis 22nd. East 21st. Ozcan 20th. Green 19th. Smith 18th. Rozalski 17th. Knight 16th. Locke 15th. Brewer 14th. Tedder 13th. Buckley running in back up to 12th. Whoa! I hear a raid. Very nice. Thank you so much. Stealth with a rate of 12 viewers. And he got the shout out as well. He's previously playing Batman. Hope you're having a great day, Stealth, and thank you so very much. Very, very nice of you to raid me where you could have raided other people. I appreciate your support, and so does ARC Racing. And I hope everyone is having a great Sunday. And hopefully you stay for a few minutes and check out the racing action. The driver that we're featuring right now is Swak. Swak is in a McLaren, the number 1 McLaren, and right behind him is Buckley. Buckley's trying to get the pass, and Swak is really battling him. Buckley was originally in 6th place, and now is having a hard time getting through slower traffic. Swak is really defending his position, it looks like. Buckley is the oldest driver of the group at 73 years old. He drives with I think he uses a 50-inch curved Samsung screen, and he has special hydraulic pedals and super expensive wheel. Very high dollar wheel and setup. I've seen this setup before. Golf Coaster, welcome. How's it going, Golf Coaster? How's it going, Stealth? Yes, he's 73 years old. He's driving the only Lamborghini in the race. His setup probably is about, I would say he has probably about $2,000 setup, just including his wheel and pedals. And then he has that 50-inch Samsung curved Ultra TV that he plays on, which is just a monitor / TV. So Buckley has gotten by Swath, and now he's gonna see. Let's take a note. He's currently 3.1 seconds behind Newton. We'll keep an eye on that. Newton is currently in 8th position. Our current leader now is Smee. Smee at the beginning of the race was not sure. I think he qualified. Smee qualified 21st, and he's currently in the lead. He has yet to pit, so when he pits, he'll lose his first place position. And what a great run by Smee. He's just doing a fantastic job out there. And your leader right now, going to be your leader very soon, is DeSantis. After everyone went through the pits, DeSantis now is in first place, and Foster in the number 72, who was leading prior to the pits, now it's shuffled back to 5th place. Let's see if we can see if something happened to Foster. We're going to go into race control. He's right in the 72. There was a while back a possible contact. That was back here. I don't know if that caused him any issue. It doesn't show though if he was hit by that car or not. But he was he was completely leading the whole entire first half of this race was Foster, and now he's fallen back all the way to 5th place, and he's currently battling M. Jones, who's having just an absolutely fabulous run. There's Jones. He's already pitted. He's just having a great run today. And hopefully Foster passes him cleanly. I hate to see something happen to Jones's car at this point because they're awful close. They're very close right now. We're watching from the helicam view. They're battling neck and neck, and Jones is not giving up. Good for him. They're heading into the last turns before they get to the front stretch. Just passing the pits entry. Jones almost bumpered Foster there. It seems Jones gets through there faster than Foster. Can he get a run on the straight? This is a battle for fourth place. It's been a very exciting race. Jones is not giving up the position. Just in front of them is a lap down car of Cusworth. Smee! Smee is out of yellow! He stayed out way too long, and now he's out of yellow. He has not changed tires, and now he's lost probably about 5 seconds there. He really needs to pit. He should pit this lap. Because now his tires are wearing, and that's what happens when your tires wear. You don't have the grip, you come off a curb, and bam, you're like, what just happened? That's DeSantis catching up to Smee. Will Smee pit this lap? Yes, there he goes. Finally enters the pits. Newton, 2.2 seconds in front of Buckley. Gamble running in 6th position. Gamble is 8 seconds behind Jones. Jones is just having an outstanding run. Fantastic run for Jones today. Many kudos to this racer. It's just kept it on the track, just steadily creeping up. And I would say Jones is one of the stars of this race. Could be the star of the race. He has moved up. See where did Jones start? 9th place he started and is currently running 4th. He's trying to work his way through the slower traffic of Cusworth and Smith. Cusworth moves out of the way. Good for him. It was very sportsmanship oriented. Will Smith do the same thing for Jones? Here he goes. Now those two cars behind him are not battling for position. Don't battle back. Do not battle back for the position. Let Jones pull away. He's the faster of the two cars. Hopefully, he's just in a part of the track where it's hard to pull away. And now you see the 17 of Rossi pulling up on Smith. That's a battle for position between Rossi. Oh no! No! Smith hits! Oh my goodness! Smith has hit Jones. Smith has been in a lot of incidents today. Rough day for him. As Jones loses a bunch of time. But still, even though he has Gamble, something must happen to Gamble as well. Oh, now Buckley has been off. Let's see what happened to the 73. He got together with the 25. The 25 of Smee. Well, the 25 was not much room. He didn't have much room, really, Smee, in his defense. So Buckley has dropped back to 10th place. There was also another incident between the 22 and the 37, which you saw before. Let's take a look at that. Just got a good run, and that's a shame because it's cost Jones a lot of position. And now he's losing time to Gamble. There was a good chance that Jones could have gotten 3rd place or made a run at 3rd place, but now he's losing time to Gamble. So much going on here. So Smee and the 73 got together. The 1 of Swack and the 44 of Tedder also had an incident. And yep, that's pretty much been the story here today. A lot of cars getting hit from behind. P22 and the 13 got together. Smith has had a very tough day. There's a story. The rear end has been the enemy of today's race. People getting rear-ended over and over and over. DeSantis with a comfortable lead over Foster, who has recovered very nicely and is back up to second place. Really great job by Foster. Next is Gamble in third. Followed by Jones. Stander is running in fifth place. Right behind him is Newton. Changed the ticker to gap times. Buckley is now a lap down. As I see on the ticker. Oh, I think he's left the race. That's unfortunate. He was having a tremendous run. We're down to 24 drivers now. To say Buckley had a really great run today, and look forward to seeing him race again next week. Battle between Tedder and Brewer. We have a battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Heated battle between Tedder, Smee, and Brewer. Oops, sorry about that. Just wanted to show to take this time to show the accidents that have occurred in this race. From top to bottom, these were accidents that happened in the beginning. There's been a lot of wrecks, and this has been not a clean race at all. You see a lot of cars, repeat offenders, and there'll probably be a lot of penalties handed out, I'm not sure. You see common numbers over and over. Drivers making the same errors over and over and over. That's not good. You can't have that. Great battle now going between Smee and Tedder. If you're having the thing is, if you're having more than 2 fender benders per race, you need to look at your driving. Like, you should review after every race what you did and what you could do better as a driver. If you're having 2 incidents in a race, that's too many. You need to slow down and race better, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with being an amateur racer. There's nothing wrong with being a slow racer. But there is everything wrong with being a sloppy racer that continuously affects other people's races. You know you're affecting other people's races, and you keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. It's like throwing a rock against a steel wall. It's not going to work. You need to stop, rethink what you're doing, and then do what you're doing better. Slow down. Be more aware of your car and braking points. This league is a very lenient league. Believe me, I've been in leagues where if you wreck once or twice this is back in the NASCAR race days, if you wreck someone more than once or twice in a race, once in a race, you'd be asked to sit down. If you do it multiple races, you'd be just completely kicked out. And that's the way to train people, to teach them. You cannot have, especially in road racing, you cannot have repetitive contact with other cars. At some point, you have to address what mistakes am I doing? How can I fix those mistakes and not make the same mistakes every race after race, or within one race? The positions in these races are not important that you need to push the envelope so much that you affect another guy's race. So here we have the battle between Smee and Tedder. DeSantis still firmly planted in the number 1 position. Foster in second. Great, fantastic comeback by Foster. Gamble in third. We're at lap 30 of 34, so we're going to be finishing up soon. Jones, Newton in 5th, Standard in 6th, Brewer in 7th, Smee in 8th, Tedder in 9th, Swak in 10th, Locke in 11th, Jardine in 12th, Fitzpatrick in 13th, Rozalski in 14th, Rossi in 15th, Oskin in 16th, Smith in 17th. In the 222, 222 had a pretty rough day. He's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's been about 7, 8 different altercations, unfortunately for him, and it's really cost his position. A miracle that he's still running 17th. Luckily, it hasn't done too much damage to his vehicle. And the number 7, unfortunately, was in a whole bunch of incidents. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 incidents. There's a bunch of cars that are involved in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 incidents, which is way too many. Six minutes and 22 seconds left in this race. There's your leader, who's had a fantastic run, Nicholas DeSantis. Sharply painted McLaren. Second place is M. Foster. Headers off. Header in the 44. Let's take a look. There was an incident between the 24 and the 25 of Smee. I'm not sure if that's what caused his losing positions, but let's take another look at that. I want to see that again from a different angle. Trying to get the pass in, going into the turn. That is not how you want to pass people. Where the turn begins is where you want to be even with the car. And when the curve begins, you want to be even with the car. If you're not even with the other car by the time that curve begins, you don't have position. So unfortunately, Tedder, I think, has gotten damaged. He's taken the pit road. He's going to get repaired. He has literally 4.5 minutes left to repair and get back on the track. DeSantis still first. Gamble, Foster second. Gamble third. Jones fourth. Let me read the. Oh, okay. Tedder has commented in the chat. It says, "You were right. I ruled the grass and gave a position back." Oh, that was nice of you. That's a sportsmanship thing to do, right there. I was wondering. I couldn't see what happened. We're ticking down with 3 minutes left. And that is a sportsmanship thing to do, is just pull over and let the other guy have the spot back. I 100% agree with that. Good on him. Gamble in third overall. Jones has just had a tremendous run. And he, at one point, I think he might have had an incident with someone. He's a 37. And for him to be running, he had an incident with the 72. He hit the 72 from behind there. I thought there was another thing with Jones where he got hit harder. Can't find it. But Jones has just had a tremendous run. Good on him. Oh, he was hit behind from, I think it was Jones. He was hit behind by Smith earlier. And he's rebounded very well. 5th place, Newton, another guy. Fantastic run. 6th is standard. You see nightfall's coming. It's starting to get dark. The car's lights are on. Brewer in 7th. Smee in 8th. Locke in 9th. Swack in 10th. Dardane in 11th. Fitzpatrick 12th. I'm trying to go back to see if there was any races for position. Here we found one. Rossi is fighting with Rosinski. And the reason why, I don't mean to sound like a hard ass, but I think it's, and I'm not the fastest guy, but I happen to be a pretty clean racer. But I think it's an opportunity to show people, you know, sometimes they just need to take a breath. You know, these are invisible points we're racing for. See, Gamble is wanting to get by these two cars that are racing, but tough luck because Rossi and Rosinski are engaged in a serious race right now for 13th place with literally 1 minute and 18 seconds left. Yeah, unfortunately not. There's been, you know, some instances. There's been some very good racing, but some very rough racing as well. And the reason why you would bring that because you want to see the races become cleaner and cleaner. And that's how people have more fun. Let's just make sure the leader. There he is, right there. He's started his final lap. Looks like he's gonna win, but Foster has cut time. He's only 4 seconds behind, so DeSantis needs to be careful. You see, is that Foster in the background there? DeSantis, oh, he does get by Fitzpatrick. And you have Gamble. Has got by Rossi. So that battle is over between Rossi and Rosalinski, I believe. And you have Jones in 4th. Just behind Jones, you have the 20th position of Cusworth. 5th is Newton. And only 2.1 seconds behind is Standard. There's DeSantis. Let's go with the Helicam. There's Richards just ahead of him. He has to be very careful. As you see, Foster is making it close. But DeSantis got that. He's wiggling back and forth. Big win for DeSantis. 2nd place, Foster. Now Gamble in 3rd. Another podium for Gamble. Jones is going to pick up a 4th place. There he is. Newton 5th, uncontested. Standard. It looks like Standard got by Brewer for 6th place. See, Brewer's off the track there. Good run by Standard. We're just posting all the times right now. There you go. DeSantis, Foster, Gamble, Jones, Newton, Standard, Brewer, Smee, Locke, Swack, Gardine, Rosalinski, Rossi, Oscan, Tedder, Smith, Jurgelis, Green, Cusworth, East, Richards, Knight, and Smith. And that is the conclusion. We're going to have interviews just after this. That is the conclusion of Kilomi Grand Prix Circuit. It's been my pleasure. Buckley in chat. Hello, Mr. Buckley, 1.5 minutes of damage. All that for nothing. Yes, but you know what? You displayed some excellent racing, which everyone watching will certainly enjoy. The racing you did. You had, unfortunately, last week at the end of the race, an incident with, I believe, Locke, which was a really rough incident at the end of the race. And now today, I'm not so sure about whose fault. Actually, I'd have to look more detailed, but it looks like Smee didn't really have any room. He was on the left-hand side, and it's hard to see from the TV replay, but you guys were really close, and Smee was on the curb and didn't really have a lot of room, unfortunately. So I don't know what, it'll be up to admins to check it out. But hopefully we'll see you again next week, as we definitely featured you during the race, and you're doing awesome. And pull the pits where whatever happened to you where you spun out right before the pits, that cost you some time because you were almost catching Newton at that point. But Buckley overall had a very nice run until about 3/4 of the race. I would say you had a very good race except for what happened to you at that point. So the race is over. I'm going to look into Discord and see if we do an interview with our leaders. We'll be right back. Hello guys. Hello guys, how's it going tonight? Sorry to interrupt, but is DeSantis in the channel by chance? I see he's here, but
he's here. Yeah, he's here.
Well, since you're here already, Matthew, we're gonna interview you first, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So, how was your run today? Yet another podium for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got it was pretty easy going race, to be honest. I had a bit of contact in the second ball, but I was turning not to appear for a bit longer. Just I think it was a mistake, but we'll see the car is.
That was the first lap?
Yeah, and then the rest of the first lap was pretty everything just cleared in front of me. I think it was, I don't know what the guy's name is, an Aston Martin, he just dive bombed into the hairpin. I was like, oh, that's handy enough, so that's a wee position. And then they both forgot Jack and both forgot to brake going down into the third hairpin, so that took a couple others out of the way, and then Chrissy just on the things, and then that was made the third, and it sort of stayed there the rest of the race.
Yeah, that seemed to be a general theme of today's race to dive bomb. There was a lot of victims today of bad dive bombing. There was a lot of people that were not getting the braking points, which was something that went over in the driver's briefing by the admin. Unfortunately, there was a lot of victims, but you seemed to make it through and make it to third place, and your connection seemed very good today as well.
Yeah, it was good. I was sort of worried because it was pretty bad Friday. From the start, didn't really work, so I was going to leave and got my job, but didn't get pretty bad, so I stopped at it.
So, how about the traffic? Was the traffic difficult for you to negotiate, or were people pretty kind to you?
Traffic was pretty alright. There's a couple of wee times where I had a wee scare. The last 2 laps, there was 2 boys in front of me battling from 13th or something. So I sort of let them go. One of them made a mistake, and I was maybe a couple of tenths behind him, and he broke on the rest of the line. He was trying to let me pass, which was fair enough, but he broke on the rest of the line, so he put himself and change on the line. But yeah, it was pretty alright.
Well, congratulations on another podium for you. You're second in a row now, and I'm sure that's going to be pretty high up in the standings.
Yeah, well, I'm missing the next week for my holiday, so that doesn't really matter. Yeah, like, but it's nice to be on the podium a bit more, but I don't think I'll be here but I kept out.
Are they dropping one race this season, do you know?
Yeah, they're dropping one. So.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to be interviewed. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's all right.
Is M. Foster here by any chance? So it looks like we have only 1/3 of the podium in channel. Is Nicholas DeSantis available by chance? I know you've spoken chat.
Yeah,
Maybe he doesn't want to be. Oh, there's Foster. Okay. And Nicholas, if you decide you want to interview, just let me know. Foster, how's it going?
What?
Are you tired?
A little bit. It's the first time I've done. Not the second hour race I've done.
Oh wow.
Bit sweaty, mate.
Well, congratulations on second place.
That was great fun. Thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Now you had the lead for almost like 33 minutes, I think, of the race, and you had a pretty good cushion there, and then came out of the pits. Was there something that happened before the pits or after the pits that impaired your progress?
I think the tyres were just gone.
Did you have a off track or something, or there was something that cost you? Either someone was it you that someone got into? No, I'm sorry, that was Jones. I'm getting confused. Did you have what caused you to lose so much time in the pits? Somehow you came out of the pits into second there.
I may have lost a lot of time. Tyres were gone. Just played it safe. And then really hard work for me later on.
Yeah, because you did a great job of closing the gap, and I think maybe if we had, like, say, another 5 laps, DeSantis might have been, battling for his win.
Yeah, I was hoping so. I was hoping the traffic was slow enough. What could it be?
How was it? How was the traffic for you?
It was guys battling between themselves. You just don't make the best of the situation. Didn't find it too bad, I suppose.
All right. So, anything else to say about your race today?
No, I just enjoyed it. I'd like to apologise to Tanner. I think I paused the track that way. Apart from that, that's it, to be honest.
If there's anyone else, thank you so much for taking the time to come back in here to be interviewed. I really appreciate that. I'm sure the league also appreciates it.
Cheers, lads.
Have a great rest of your week. Before I sign off, is there anyone else in the channel that would like to say something and keep it clean? No? Okay, all good. All right. Thank you so much for participating in this race and also showing up in chat. Everyone have a great week.
Ciao. Thank you.
Well, that's it for today at Kalami's. It was an interesting race. I surely enjoyed being a viewer of this race. As always, I love watching all these races. I'm sorry if I seem too hard at times about some of the activities on the race, but I think it gives an opportunity to tell people, I'm not certainly singling out any one person or anything like that, but I think it's very important to, when you have a race like this that's full of incidents, to remind people that these are virtual points, they're not real positions, and it's important to race in a way that eludes, a brotherhood on the track rather than making enemies on the track. Because when you do things, some stuff just happens, but when you do things that you're just in a rush to get a position and you don't really think your move out, like a move in chess, you don't think it out properly ahead of time and you just rush ahead and then you cause yourself grief, mostly cause yourself grief a lot of times, and other drivers, then it's bad for you, it's bad for the other drivers, and also not a great way to make rapport with other drivers. So I just try to go over some things that happen during the race sometimes, and it's not necessarily pointing out anyone, it's more to hopefully point out things to get people to change their thinking about maybe the way they race. So anyway, that's today's interview. Appreciate having you all here today, and we're going to sign off with the leader and winner, DeSantis, doing a lap. Here's the winner. Last lap. This is how we'll sign out. Thank you very much, amateur racing community. Thank you much for all the views. Man, we've had hosts. Somebody subbed. It's been a great stream. Let's take a look and go through and thank people.